So it was back in November of 2022 when I was sitting by the pool in Dominican Republic on vacation when my CEO contacted me and said to give him a call. So I did. And it was during this call that he told me that the company I was working with was shutting down and laying everybody off. So it was at this moment I had a decision to make. Do I, after 20 years of marketing and sales experience, go out and find another job, or do I go off on my own? And so I decided to go off my own and started LBM Consulting. And so far, the journey has been interesting with ups and downs as I'm trying to figure out my niche, my place in the lead generation world. So with LBM Consulting, we offer cold email for lead generation. On top of that, we also help businesses develop their ideal customer profile, lead magnets, and also lead nurturing sequences in order to help them convert potential leads into sales to generate additional revenue for their company. So after 20 years of experience in marketing and sales, this is truly what sets me apart from other businesses out there. I am able to leverage my skills and knowledge from sales and marketing into one, and I also have a deep passion for lead generation and cold email strategies. I've also been able to leverage AI as a tool, not only for cold email, but for other aspects of my business. So I do see many mid-sized B2B companies struggle with generating consistent high quality leads. And how LBM Consulting tackles this issue is working with you to find your ideal customer profile and make sure that we are strategically going after B2B companies that meet your customer profile. So this is done obviously through not only creating copy that is personalized, so it doesn't seem like a cold email when people receive it, but we also make sure that we test different lead magnets, different subject lines in the emails to make sure that we're not only landing in the recipient's inbox, but people are actually opening, reading, replying, and clicking through those emails. So when it comes to customer acquisition, a lot of mid-size B2B businesses find that the cost is going up. Running Google ads, running ads on Meta can be costly. Attending trade shows can also be costly. Typically, cold email has a lower cost per acquisition than these other channels. And we're also able to really target your ideal customer profile versus taking kind of that shotgun approach. So by being more targeted, we're able to help reduce your costs to acquire customers for your B2B business. So when it comes to trying to meet aggressive targets, there are a few things that I like to look at. One is the lifetime value of a customer. So what is a customer worth to you long-term? The other one is to make sure that your cost to acquire customers goes down. As I already mentioned, cold email has a lower cost per acquisition than other lead generation channels. But in terms of the lifetime value of a customer, you have to make sure that you have an offer that really resonates with the potential lead in order to help your conversion rate, but also have secondary and sometimes tertiary products and services that you can tack on to increase the lifetime value of that customer. So if, for example, you are a recurring business, then you are looking not only at increasing the monthly price point of the product or service that you're offering, but you also want to make sure that your retention rate is long as well. If you sell a one-off product or service, maybe look at tacking on additional things to that initial product or service that your customers are purchasing. So although cold email has been around for a while now, a lot of companies really don't understand how to do it properly. Some just send through their main domain using like Google or G Suite or Microsoft, and they'll just blast anybody. They don't actually take the time to set up additional domains with additional email addresses that protect their main domain from, being blacklisted or considered that they're sending spam. The other thing that, really makes a cold email campaign successful today is targeting, not just getting any list off the internet, but actually thinking about who you are after, who is your ideal customer, and then finding them through doing specific scans, using different tools and software. And then also warming up your email addresses before you start sending 100 emails a day from one email address. So we really take a strategic approach, not only to protect you and your business, but also bring in qualified leads that you are able to close. So as I mentioned, some companies that do try to do cold email just don't do it right. And what they find is that they're not generating leads, they're not hitting inboxes, they're getting spam complaints, they're getting on blacklists, which is, harming their business more than helping. And a lot of times, like you probably know if you've gone down this road, is that you give up. And you're giving up on something that can actually help your business grow. A lot of times we have to stick to something for the long haul, but in addition to that, it's also either learning all of the strategies yourself, which does take a while to learn, or you can hire a company like LBM Consulting to take care of this lead generation through cold email for you. So one of the biggest success stories I actually have and why I got into generating leads through cold email is actually my own. So in the beginning, LBM Consulting was just business consulting, and I was getting leads and closing on clients through sending out cold email to smaller startup businesses. And what I found as I started working with these businesses, whether they were, just starting out, whether they were generating a few 100,000 or a few million in revenue, is that one of their main pain points was actually generating qualified leads for their business so they could grow and scale. So with that, I started actually delivering cold email services to some of my existing clients, and then made the decision that I have a passion for this. And rather than just consulting, which can sometimes seem arbitrary in terms of your impact that you have on the business, I wanted to actually help businesses grow. And I wanted that to be measurable. So working with clients like you, I want to make sure that the services that I'm providing are actually bringing more money in your door for your business. So after you acquire a lead, which means they've replied, they've clicked on a link, you have to start nurturing them. There are different forms of nurturing, but in terms of what LBM Consulting offers, we will generate a lead nurturing sequence that starts to send more value to your potential lead, with the ultimate goal of getting them on a phone call with your SDR or BDR or a setter, depending on the type of structure you have within your business. So it's critical for us to hit them on all points. My recommendation is not only to allow LBM Consulting to send those emails and start nurturing and trying to warm them up, but also have your team starting to reach out, whether it's phone call, if they've opted into SMS, doing that as well. And also obviously creating a nice social media presence, and in some cases, even sending direct messages to them, via LinkedIn or Instagram or Facebook, depending on where they are. So some of the key elements to an effective lead nurturing strategy is value. If you can provide more value for free to a prospect than maybe your competitor does in terms of paid, they are more likely to, decide to purchase your product or service rather than a competitor. Now, not every lead is ready to buy right now, and that's okay. So you want to make sure that you're always providing value, that when they are ready, they think of you and they remember your business. So one of the things that we do to help companies transition from cold emails to that lead nurturing sequence is, as I mentioned, it's taking multiple approaches. It's not going to be just through email. It's going to be working with your team to make sure that, one, as soon as that lead raises their hand in terms of a reply or a link click, your team is notified right away that, hey, this person replied, or hey, this person clicked on a link. We will automatically send them that first email, but this will allow your team to also start reaching out. Speed is key. When you have somebody that is interested, you can't wait, a day or 2 days or 3 days to get back to them, because in that moment, they have raised their hand and said they're interested in your service or product. And if you aren't able to reach out to them, they might go to somebody else. So speed is key, and we'll help with that, but then also attacking it from different angles. Now, when it comes to lead magnets, they are crucial for attracting customers. As I mentioned, we want to always lead with value, and lead magnets are a great way. Lead magnets can be ebooks, they can be, free course, they could be just any real asset that you have as a business that actually helps your potential client or your prospect do something. So one of the experiences I've had recently is that I actually sent a lead magnet to a prospect, and they were actually able to implement some of the strategies that I put in that ebook to, help start with doing some cold email on their own. Now, keep in mind, I'm still trying to work with them to make them a client of LBM Consulting. But even if I don't, I know I provided that company, that individual with value. And if at any point in time they're looking to actually work with a company like mine to help enhance their lead generation, I will be the first one they think about. So how we help businesses create and implement successful lead magnets, a lot of businesses already have them. A lot of times they're ebooks or little videos, or even a podcast can be used as a lead magnet, just introducing them to your world. But we want to make sure that we understand, okay, who's your ideal customer, and what pain points do they have, and how we can develop a lead magnet that addresses those pain points. Again, we want to solve problems for our potential leads, especially when we're dealing with high ticket sales. So lead magnets will fit into our overall cold email funnel, typically in the third or fourth email. But again, that will depend on how long that email sequence is, how many emails we're targeting to send out every single month. But ultimately, what we want to do is introduce that lead magnet, get them value early on in that sequence after we've, kind of let them know that we exist. So digital marketing is changing, cold email is changing, technology, AI is changing, and there are a lot of different things that are entering the lead generation space. So one of the ways that I stay up to date with trends and changes when it comes to digital marketing and cold email is being part of communities, and also interacting with other professionals, whether they be social media marketing, SEO companies, etc. So if you have a question for me and I don't know the answer, because nobody knows everything, I do have a network of people that I can reach out to and get you your answer very quickly. So some of the most exciting developments or tools in lead generation and nurturing that I'm keeping an eye on are obviously lead scraping, and also looking at ways to reach out to people through social media channels directly. So not just, doing paid ads, but actually sending DMs. In terms of cold email itself, understanding how to warm emails, understanding, the new changes in terms of canned spam, and how that impacts your ability to send cold emails to other businesses to generate leads. I also stay up to date with sending platforms in terms of cold email. Which ones are the most effective? What types of strategies in terms of spin tack? So just creating real personalization in each email, so it doesn't seem like a cold email, but you are reaching out to somebody and basically, saying, hey, I've seen that your business is doing XYZ, which is awesome. And I understand that, this competitor is facing these challenges or problems. But again, trying to tailor every single message using the tools that are out there. So we're hitting, inboxes, we're getting people to open, we're getting people to click and take action. So in the next 5 years, I see LBM Consulting really building a strong network of clients and helping those clients achieve their revenue goals. If myself as, a business owner that is providing leads to companies, I need to see you guys convert, because that is what is in it for you. And that's really what I'm here for. So anytime you're investing in, a company like mine to generate leads, you want to make sure there's a positive return on investment. So if, for example, you are starting to see that your revenue is starting to go up over time, awesome. Then you'll likely stay with LBM Consulting for the long haul. And will be glad to keep you as a partner for the next 5 years and beyond to help your business grow, whether you're trying to get from 1 million to 5 million, 5 to 10, 10 to 20, and beyond. So if you are ready to take the next step, or you just want to discover more about how LBM Consulting and our lead generation nurturing service can really help drive your business forward, let's get on a call. Click the link below this video, and I look forward to speaking with you and helping you on your lead generation and business growth journey.